Now we'll see the generation of computers. How this generation has come? This generation is characterized by some hardware or software development that has given a paradigm shift, or you can say it has given an immense improvement in the performance of the computer. And based on these stages, computer can be divided into different generations. We'll talk about these generations now. First generation 1942 to 1955. The first generation computer used the concept of store program, and these were characterized by the vacuum tubes. So vacuum tubes were actually delicate glass device that can actually control and also amplify the electronic signals. So though this first generation computer were made using thousands and thousands of vacuum tubes, and at that time they were the fastest calculating devices. These were very large in size, consumed a lot of electricity, a lot of heat they produce. So UNIVAC 1 is the first electronic computer of this generation and was used for business applications. So the salient feature of first generation computers, they use vacuum tubes to control and amplify electronic signal, and they were very huge. They occupy a lot of space. The electricity consumption is quite high and the heat generation was immense. Because the hardware technology was not that developed, so it was quite unreliable. And the commercial production was quite difficult, very costly, and it needs to have constant maintenance. Air conditioning was required. And the programming was done in machine language. By the end of this generation, assembly language has also come. So ENIAC, EDVAC, UNIVAC 1, these are all the first generation computer. In fact, ENIAC weighted 27 tons. The size was 8 by 100 into 3 feet and consumed around 150 watts of power. Then came the second generation, 1955 to 1964. Now, the second generation computer, it is characterized by transistor. So this transistor is a solid state semiconductor device in the electronic industry. These transistors were very small, quite reliable. They consumed less electricity and the heat generation was also less. Also, the magnetic core memories were also developed during this generation. And these magnetic core memories were actually tiny ferrite rings like this. And this can be either clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, they can be magnetized. And the binary 1 and 0 can be stored here. And these magnetic cores were the primary memories. Then the magnetic disk came into existence and they were called as secondary storage device. So these development like transistor, magnetic core memory and magnetic disk storage, this made the computer more powerful and more reliable. Then the existence of operating system also came into existence, and the languages Fortran, COBOL, ALGOL, they were also developed. The computer was used for commercial application, for business industries like small application, payroll, employee management, inventory control. So IBM 1401, IBM 1620, these are the popular computers of the second generation. The salient feature of second generation, transistor based technology, smaller, less expensive compared to the first generation, less electricity, less heat, magnetic core memories and magnetic disk, these were primary, these were secondary. First operating system OS was developed and the programming in assembly language and later part high level language, which we just discussed, were used. And the commercial application of this started, but the production was quite difficult at that time also. And it also required constant air conditioning. All these are examples of second generation computer. Then the third generation. In 1964, ICs, integrated circuit. This again revolutionized the electronic industry. Actually, computer is what? Computer is an electronic device. So whatever changes are there in electronic industry, it directly affects the computer. So the electronic industry, it started the third generation because of ICs. So ICs, they are very small silicon chip or wafer made of extremely purified silicon crystals. So it has numerous transistors, capacitors and resistors on an electronic circuit. The SSI and MSI, this SSI small scale integration chip, they used to have about 10 transistors on a single chip. MSI 100 transistors on a single chip, 100. The size of memories also increased. and various mainframe and mini computers were developed during this generation. The operating system, which started in second generation, now enhanced to multitasking and multi-programming features. We'll see about this. The ICs were very reliable, very inexpensive, faster, and they were used, the computer were used in the areas of education, small businesses and offices, along with their industrial and business application. So IBM 360, Honeywell 6000 series, these are all third generation computer, and the salient feature of third generation computer is they used IC, integrated circuits. The computers were smaller, faster and more reliable, and the power consumption was low and the heat was less. Then we came to fourth generation, 1975 onwards. In this generation, LSI, large scale integration, VLSI, very large scale integration, around 300,000, 3 lakh transistors were used on a single chip. So the integration on a single chip of a CPU was achieved in 1971, and this was named as microprocessor, which actually marked the fourth generation. The computer based on this microprocessor technology were very fast. The speeds were immense, and also the memory capacity were increased. They were efficient operating systems, and the microprogramming, the application software, databases, virtual memory, these all concepts were in fourth generation. The computers today we have mostly are of this generation. Also the portable computer. Memory sizes have decreased, and commercial production is quite easy, quite least expensive if you compare it with the previous generation. Then the salient feature of this generation was ICs with LSI and VLSI, microprocessors were developed, the portable computers were developed, and also the networking and data communication, it became popular because this computer along with networking and data communication we see today. Various types of secondary memory and high storage capacity and fast access were developed. The computer became very reliable, powerful and small in size, and the consumption power was less and the heat generation was also less, and the production cost became very less. Then the fifth generation computer, these are still under development. So these are based on the AI, means artificial intelligence. We want computer to act and work and behave like a human. So this would involve the principle of parallel processing, superconductivity, so that they can understand human language, they can use the experiences which a human being have and take or make decision on their own. Like voice recognition, visual recognition, these are all the steps. We already have various products like the automated car, self-driving cars, various things which are you will see and learn in fifth generation computer. So the parallel processing, superconductivity and artificial intelligence, these are the salient feature of the fifth generation computer.